Hi, my name is Tyler Robinson, and I am the director and co-writer of our new upcoming short, The Sixth. The day finally came. We had everything planned out. We had a prep day where we prepped by covering all of the light sources and windows. We made sure we had dimmers that we could plug into lamps.
Dad. Hey, Mom's hiding in your room. I need you to come. He's still in the house. Help, Dad. Please, you need to hurry.
But listen to me. Listen to me. You need to stay on the phone with me, okay?
Actors showed up. I was really nervous. I was trying to get into this headspace of like, director, you need to be approachable, you need to be positive, but you also need to be firm enough to give direction if something might not be going well.
See what's going on in here. This is
true.
just for far. This is for far. So for me, it's like, you know what I mean? Like,
next time we do, once we do a different setup, I'll let you see the take. So.
Yeah, just for that, because
But for right now, we can't move around as much because of the focus.
Of course, yeah.
But then we can see it on your face, which is good.
Yeah.
Ready to go, let's shoot it while we have this haze. Do you have to flash that on your side?
Believe so.
Can you charge that?
Believe so.
I handed it off to you, but who cares?
Unless you want to drop it.
I'm gonna pick a spot.
Like, he doesn't give it to me, right?
Yeah, then do great, guys.
We had a lot of shots on the shot list, and we only had one day to shoot it. We had like 17 shots, something like that, with different angles. It's just one scene. It's like 3-minute scene, but we had all these different angles.
Hi, my name is Caleb Laidman. I am the DOP of our recent project, The Sixth. We really like to pay attention to wardrobe and color. That was the biggest thing that was going to help sell the look. As we were going for a sort of, how you'd say, neo-noir. So we wanted the grittiness of an old style noir, just minus the black and white. We opted for, I would not say, it's not a monochrome. It's a very muted style with primarily blue, saturating this whole world of The Sixth. Tried to really hit home with our accents of, you know, just grays and browns, pinks.
When you're dealing with something that's like dramatic and thriller, intense, you know, you need that. You need that type of lighting that's contrasty, that's dark, that's cold, that conveys a type of emotion. And yeah, I think he did that really well.
Shit.
He's developing liver Morris.
And so the reason for this was symbolically, we wanted the world to feel almost lonesome and unforgiving. We thought that blue was a better representation of that feeling we were trying to communicate. Since the boy is dead on the ground with this harsh tungsten hit from the lamp, it's almost the idea that, you know, the light is leaving this world, and this was kind of their last hope. So one of the most important things that I found throughout the film was my relationship as a DP to my incredibly talented camera op, Rividu Mendes. One of the biggest things that I find having a camera op is that sure, you can block, but as soon as actors get there and the director gets there and they start going over everything is subject to change. So it doesn't matter how much you plan, everything can go right at the door as soon as you walk onto set. If something just isn't working, the ability to bounce ideas off a camera op is incredibly useful because, you know, at the end of the day, it's like you're there as a team, right? So the team wants this film to be as good as it possibly can be. So, you know, and this is just me personally, but being not so headstrong, I feel like always works out in your favor to a degree because it allows for more fluent ideas on set, you know? Often the person sometimes that's not even on camera has the best ideas for a shot. It's so crazy how things happen.
Who called us in? Parents?
No, they're out after it's called in. Tip was an anonymous caller.
And then they worked out they chopped some stuff and they just kind of narrowed it down to the important shots, and that really streamlined the day. Malin, our AD, also helped things by like make sure we were on time.
So one of our biggest technicalities that I found throughout the film was the fact that we were going for a moonlit vibe. With that in mind, we used the Aperture 300D as our soft source from outside, but that source is set at 5400 Kelvin. So what does that mean? That looks more daylight, like this light that you're seeing right now, right? Not that cool moon tone that we usually go for in film. So what I ended up doing was I had to motivate inside with other tubes or other hard sources that could match the 5400, and then kept my tungsten sources at 3200. So while I was in post, I was able to color correct and bring those daylight sources to a cooler like 6500 Kelvin, which gave that whole space a cool vibe. So while on set, the whole picture was a lot warmer because it was daylight and tungsten rather than complete opposites of the spectrum, which gave it a completely different vibe when we brought it in post. However, in pre-production, we use Shot Deck, which is a fabulous app that gives you a variety of different films of genres, lighting, shot composition that you can pick from. Just check it out, it's amazing.
One of our friends on the crew, he has a friend that does soundtracks.
Hello everyone, I'm Gabe. I release music under Southeast Angel, and I did the score for The Sixth. I think Portal was subconsciously one of the influences, and I'll just kind of go through and break down the individual tracks. So let's go. I mainly produce electronic music. I'm by no means like I don't regularly compose music for film, and this is actually my first time doing this. So I went into it thinking, okay, well, I don't have an orchestra. I can't really play any of those kind of instruments. I mean, I can play the trumpet a little, but that's about it. I'm not very good. I don't have like violin, string, section, nothing. So I had to kind of use all the tools I had at my disposal, which were mainly electronic based sounds. So I think that gave it kind of a unique texture and a unique sound to the score, because most music in film is, you know, you hear it's an orchestra. We were looking to get something more, something that could really connect the film, make it complete, really draw everything, build the intensity. When a thriller, it's important for music to get something that builds, not just the characters, but you need something like ambience or music. It's very important. All right, so we got that drone going, and that's a staple I find in a lot of film music, for particularly in this kind of genre, this like very suspenseful, kind of builds suspense. So it's just like in the background to kind of like, oh crap, something's going down, something's happening, right? And then we've got more strings here that kind of come in with the little drone. They just kind of slowly fade in. And it kind of goes up, and as it escalates down, it's kind of to hint at they're coming to a realization of something. We've got the bass, which you probably won't be able to hear if you're not listening with like a subwoofer or something like that. It just kind of slowly fades in, and it's just like pumping in the background. Right? And so I was like, okay, kind of nervous because I'm not sure how good this guy is. He had some tracks on Spotify that were good, but they weren't the same as like a thriller short film soundtrack. So we worked together to create like a mood for what we wanted to hear from that. So we had made a sheet so he could implement when the music starts, when it stops, when it comes back. And I've got a little layer on top that's cut off a little here, you can see the EQ. I cut off most of the low frequencies so that they don't overlap with the real sub bass. It kind of plays along with this little drone that we've got that kind of just, it's a really just ambient right here. There's not too much going on melodically or anything like that. And then as he said he's developing livor mortis, I thought that was a really good time to kind of add something new in there. So I added in this little bass sound. very creepy, very distorted, ambient, a little weird.
Like I'm surprised, and I think that music really helped pull this together. I think I think it does build some anxiety. It's very impressive.
So now I'll play it all together. It's got this like droning, and then these strings here start to come in. And it's almost as if like the track is, this part of the score is hinting that something is gonna happen, but then nothing happens, and he just gets a phone call. The phone call.
So that's our process. Check us out on our YouTube and our Instagram, KalKaden Productions.
Again, if you're watching this and if you cared enough to check out the behind the scenes, thank you so much. And thank you to Tyler and Caleb and for allowing me to work on this with them, and the rest of the team who did a great job on the film, the actors, the producers.
And be sure to check out The Sixth when it comes out, because I think it's something really cool, and I can't wait to do more stuff like it in the future. Stay classy, whoever you are. Audience, viewers, who's to say really who we are?
This has been Southeast Angel. You can check out my music on Spotify, all platforms, Apple Music, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the film.
It's your kid.
Hey, buddy. Andrew.